What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 5. So in this episode, I'm going to just be talking a little bit about the different gear that I use when I go lift, and also just recording a leg and core workout. So that's basically going to be the video for today. There's not going to be any of those cinematic shots and those sequences that I normally put in, but I know I neglected putting in fitness for the last few vlogs, so that's what this is going to be right here. All right, so I'm about to head to the gym to get a leg workout in with my friend Tiffany from law school. But before I go, I just wanted to talk about a few of the things that I use when I do leg day, so like the gear that I use. So the first thing is a pair of squat shoes. This brand is called Innovate. It's like, this is the logo here, but the reason I use the squat shoes is because of the base that it has here, or this little like wedge. And basically what that does is it sets you up when you're squatting in a position where you're the most powerful, and so you have the least amount of chance of hurting yourself. And basically for me, it sets me up in a position where I feel like I can lift heavier. The next thing that I use is knee sleeves. So knee sleeves they're pretty cheap. The squat shoes are a little more important, a little bit more of an investment, but they do help. But the knee sleeves are something that are also good. I got these on Amazon for like 40 bucks, but they've lasted me over a year already, and those just help you to get a little bit more spring when you're at the bottom of the squat, and then you're trying to propel and accelerate back up to finish the rep. And then the last thing that I use is a squat belt. Now this thing is pretty big, and this belt in particular has a lever. So how it works is you basically just put this on here, and then you clamp down the lever so it locks it in on your stomach, and that also really just helps with getting that compression and that tightness in your core when you're going down and up on the rep. And it also helps you to protect your lower back, because I have I have back pain that I've had problems with before, so that belt just helps me keep everything tight when I'm there. But this little guy is it keeps biting my shoelace, that's why I kept looking down. But yeah, so I'm about to go to the gym and then get that workout in. We're gonna try and film a few different exercises than the last leg workout, so hopefully I'm hoping you can learn a thing or two. But I'll post the workout now, and you guys can screenshot that if you want. And yeah, I'll just walk you guys through the things that I'm thinking of when I'm doing each exercise, and just what I'm thinking of throughout the entire workout, so that you guys can hopefully learn a few things and then implement them yourself when you go and lift the next time and hit legs. So I met up with my friend Tiffany. We're at the gym now. Tiffany's a 1L at Seattle University Law School. What was your experience like so far?
It's been good. A lot easier and more manageable than I expected.
That's good.
So that's great. And now I'm just trying to get in the gym, keep my mind up with school for a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, Ryan here to help me with that. So.
Yep, so we're about to hit a leg workout, and then we're gonna just record and hopefully just walk you guys through what we're doing.
Alright, so since we couldn't vlog and talk in between the sets and record that, I'm just going to be doing a voiceover. So the first exercise we're doing is back squats. Tiffany here has really good form. There's a few things that I was trying to help her with. The first being when she's going down on each rep, just going down a little bit slower. And this is just to help her feel a little bit more stable and powerful. The second thing is to keep her chest up when she's ascending on the reps. I'm just telling her to do this because it's setting her up in a linear way where she's the most powerful, and I guess she's making sure that she doesn't have any chance of falling or leaning forward, which could eventually hurt her. One of the things that I'm working on when I'm doing my squats is to keep my core tight. This is mainly important because you want to be and keep your abdominal area as tight as possible on these squats, especially at heavier weights, so that you minimize the chance of your hips kind of wobbling around and hurting your lower back. And the last thing I want to point out with Tiffany's squat is the depth. So she does a very good job at hitting parallel, meaning that when she goes down, the top of her knees are parallel with the floor, and this is going to just help the most with getting the most out of the reps. But I do have another video on squats, so check that out for more tips on doing squats and legs. The second exercise that we're doing is Romanian deadlifts, or RDLs. Normally this is with a barbell, but we're doing it with dumbbells. So one of the things that Tiffany is doing good in this is she's keeping her knees bent when she's going down. You want to make sure you have this bend in your knee just so that when you're going down on each of the reps, you're really getting that contraction and that stretch in your hamstrings. This is kind of a hard exercise to learn. You kind of got to play around with the form portion of it, but the thing that helps the most is to visually and consciously think about just having your knees bent a little bit when you're going down, because that's going to allow you to, like I said, get the most stretch and squeeze out of your hamstrings. And for guys doing this too, I'm going really light here, but don't be afraid to go heavy, because when you're going heavier weights on this, it's going to help you get a better squeeze on the rep, and you'll really feel that in your hamstrings. The third exercise that we're doing is weighted walking lunges. This is pretty self-explanatory. You're basically just taking one step with each leg, making sure that when you do step forward, the front leg, your knee is going to be parallel and directly over the front of your toes. And the last thing to keep in mind is just when you're going down and dropping down, you're trying to almost touch your knee to the ground. It's a pretty simple exercise, but just keep those things in mind for that. And the fourth exercise is going to be an ab circuit. So the first exercise in the circuit, as you see we're doing here, is knee up crunches. You're going to be doing knee up for all 60 reps. Then you're going to be going immediately into 50 penguins. So it's basically like you're waddling, just tapping the back of your heels for each of these reps. The next exercise in the circuit are 40 flutter kicks. I'm not doing a very good job here, but you want to be pointing your toes on these reps to get the most out of it. The fourth exercise is 30 Russian twists. Two things to keep in mind: just keep your feet off the ground and be turning side to side while balancing on your butt. The fifth is 20 seated knee tucks. Essentially, you're just leaning back and squeezing your abdominal area and pushing your knees in and out, or your legs in and out. And the final thing is 10 leg raises. You see we're doing the leg raises here. You can either keep your hand on your stomach, under your butt, really wherever you want that's most comfortable, but the main thing here is just to hold for 10 seconds, as you see we're doing here on the last rep. And this is just gonna like be a burner, and it's just gonna be a good way to end your ab circuit. All right, so we just finished the workout. How was that? Challenging, good. So yeah, so we ended up at the end just doing a little bit of core. We weren't able to, or I wasn't able to get all the shots that I wanted, just because like the staff here told us that we couldn't film, so we had to like be like real low key and like kind of sly about filming. But I think we got enough to like make a cool video, just showing our workout and just what the exercises we're doing. But yeah,
hit that subscribe button. Like
exactly. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already.
Comment down below because you did a good job.
Yeah, all right.